G'day people, I'm Monster Dad and welcome back to this Empyrion Season 2 Alpha 8 playthrough. Today, there's no finger pointing. I wonder if that's an update in 8.2. They've just done another update. It looks like they've removed the finger point on the right hand. I quite like that, never mind. No more making fun of that. Okay, so what I want to do today is start working on a CV. I did finish the furnace room and storage room, which I'll take you down to have a look at before we head off. Whee! Boom. Oh, I need to put a sign up here saying storage. Hey Bob, storage Bob. You know, grand job there, a grand job. So I haven't labelled them. I put all the LCDs on there and coloured them, but I haven't labelled them yet, apart from that one that I was playing around with. So I haven't moved all the stuff through. So the furnace is now tucked away in there and switched off at the moment because it does go through a ton of power even when it's not being used if it's switched on. So yeah, so that's the storage. Oh, I didn't colour those railings down there, did I? I still have the colour tool. That's handy. Was it that one? No, it was that one. Job done. Yeah, so just need to move all the stuff through now, including all the stuff I brought back from looting the drone base and taking apart that armory and supply station, which is all still in the containers on the beast at the moment. So I'm going to take the mantis up into space because I'm going to start building this CV in space. It's just a bit easier in space because you can work your way around the vehicle a lot easier. If you make some changes regarding what's, how the depth of the vehicle, the ground's not going to get in the way, so you've got a lot more freedom to manipulate the design. Close this up. I think we're all oxygenated in here. Yep, cool. Let's light this baby up. Whee! So what I'll do is just go to a spot directly above the base, just in orbit, and we'll start building it there. I guess I better put my helmet on when we get out. And I can save my personal oxygen tanks by building a lot of this with the drone from the environmentally controlled compartment on the Mantis, since that's oxygenated. And here we are. Cool beans. Oops. Let's put the jetpack on. I'll just float away. Are we in? Yes, we're in. Okay. That's weird. Glitched through the bottom of the vehicle. Oh, come on. Just want to stand upright. Gravity generators for small vehicles. That's what they need. Okay, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Get back in there. Go on. Am I in? Yeah, I'm in. Okay. So, let's get a bit of space. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it myself, aren't I? But never mind. What we'll do is orient ourselves with the 0. Boom. Okay, CV start. Do you know what? I'm going to get out of the vehicle and just do it the old-fashioned way. Where did I leave that? There it is. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get rid of a cockpit block because I do not need it. Let's put the light on. Right, so I think first thing I want to do, the Mantis is going to be in the way, so let me just shift this. Let's move it down. Okay. Should be good. Yeah, that should be fine. So that was the front. I need to remember that actually. Don't want it being built backwards. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just extend this a bit. So what do we got at the moment? We've got 3 blocks. So I've got an idea with the shape of the hangar, and I'm going to start building the hangar area first. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the core in the hangar. Let's just build that out a touch. There we go. So what do we got there? We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We got 9. And I'm going to put another row on the bottom there, because this basically will be the bottom of the hangar. And I need the core a little bit more protected than that. So the bottom of the ship will be 2 blocks thick. So the hangar is going to be deeper than that. So this is the front of the ship and the front of the hangar. So what we don't have are, I'll just nip back to the Mantis and grab some stuff. What we don't have are sloped hangar doors, and I want it, you know, like I guess if you can imagine the Firefly vehicle, it's got like that belly hanger, that sort of underslung hanger, and it has a sort of sloped front of the hangar. That's the kind of thing I want to do, but unfortunately there are no slanted hangar doors. So what I'm thinking of doing is using the ramp blocks as the hangar doors. You'll get what I mean in a minute when I start putting it together. All I really need at the moment is building blocks, because I just want to try and get the shape of the vehicle more than anything at the moment, and then we can start adding equipment, thrusters, etc. afterwards. But one of the problems with a hangar, with these ramp blocks, is the biggest ones are even numbers, like 353. Where are they? What side do I want? 342. So 5 is the height, isn't it? Yeah, and I'll need to put 2 of them on, so I'm going to end up with an entrance that's 6 wide. And I don't really like building with even numbers. It's a lot easier to build with uneven numbers. Gives you a bit more leeway with placing things. So, yeah. So it takes up 3 blocks. So if we said this is where the hangar door will come down to. What are we? We're 9 at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and it comes out. One, two, three. Bear with me, you'll understand what I'm trying to do in a moment once I get my head together, wrapped around what I'm trying to, with the numbers and the shape. Okay, let's see if that works. So if I turn it around that way, come on, you can go on there. Why doesn't that want to attach there? Okay, I'm one too high at the moment. Boom. Obviously needs 2 blocks to attach to. Hopefully this has got it, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that effectively will be the hangar door. So what I'm going to do now is try and get the side of the hangar shaped with a slant as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stick symmetry mode on at the moment to make this a bit easier. Boom. Boom. Okay. Let's work from that. Go with that one. And then, which one do we want? Play with this for a moment and then see if this works out. Yeah, that looks like it's going to work out. Boom. Yeah. It's got it. I did mess up this bit here, didn't I? Yeah, it's supposed to be that, isn't it? Okay. So that kind of works. Yes, that's what I'm kind of looking at, is this. This will be like the hangar will be sort of underslung on the vehicle, just like the old Firefly design. I'm not going to try and duplicate the Firefly. I'm not good. I'm not that good a builder. But I just like the idea of that underslung belly hanger type thing. I am going to then angle this out and bring have the bridge above here, and then bring it down slightly at the back here, and above the hangar, the roof of the hangar will also be a hangar door, so that the SV can come in and out, the turret buster. And I am going to have to adjust the turret buster. I think I'm going to have to lose the bottom wing so that I can get this into the hangar. Now what I haven't decided is whether I'm going to have another hangar door on the other side as well, or just bring both the HVs in through this door and then just have a spot to park them. But I guess we can work on that. So what I also want is a loading ramp, and I guess that will, the size of that one will depend on the distance between the hangar floor and the floor of the ground once the landing gear are on that. And I do want this slope to carry on down this way. Now if I do that, is it all going to fall apart? Probably not, but just in case, let's just get it attached. Okay, let's get that off there. Let's try and slope this down as well. So I'm going to have to lose. Now I'm not too fussed about the position of the core because this isn't a combat SV, a combat CV. This is a transport CV. So that comes down one below that. That should work actually, the same size ramp as I've already got. So that will be the loading ramp. And what I'll do is have all these ramps on a sensor system, so that as soon as the HV gets to about here, these ramps will lower and these ramps will raise, and vice versa. When it leaves, they'll retract. So what I want is this one changed. Ooh, I'm getting really close to that core now, aren't I? Okay. Yeah, that's what I want there. Definitely going to have combat steel around this area to give that core a little bit more protection. So what we can do is get rid of those and come down again with a slope. It'll need to be that one, and then come down once more. With that one. Now I didn't bring any landing gear with me, but they only come down one block, so let's stick a round one on just to simulate the height of the landing gear. So that, yeah, so we're at the right level with that ramp, that's fine. What I'm going to do with this little bit here. Will one of those cover that? Yes, it will. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we got, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. So we got that belly-like shape, and then HV will come along, get to about here. These ramps will descend, they will open, and then I'm going to have two different sensors though, because these will extend and they will retract. So they'll be going the opposite way, won't they? Yeah, so, and then the HV can just load in. Now 6 wide is enough for the beast, because I did measure it, and also the 5 tall is wide enough, tall enough to get it in even with its multi-turret on. So I think we're looking okay at the moment with that. Let's fill in this little area here. What I may do is just have the hangar actually come out to here. Just have a little bit of a wider hangar. That way I've got plenty of space to park the HVs. It's certainly going to come back further than this, without a doubt. But so far so good. Now with the bridge area, what I'm looking at is to continue this sort of slope up to about here. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. Let's do a little something something. Do you know what? Let's do that. Then do that. What I'm thinking of doing actually, just to give it like a little ribbing effect in the center there, is let's do that and that. Okay, and then that could essentially be the floor of the bridge. So that slope continues up that way. Yeah. I think that's sort of working so far. And then this will be the bridge area up here, the cockpit up here. What I do want to do is bring that in. Actually, I think that's too big. What if we start sloping? Can't slope it in from here because we've got that little slope there. So what if we do something like that? Can't really tell the difference from the side profile, but from the front and top profile, and that's, I think, going to be a bit of a nicer shape. Let's just build that in. And then perhaps come out to there and end it there. And then we can give a bit more detail to this once we get the general shape. Now obviously I'll have windows and stuff around here, but at the moment what I'll probably do is just build all this out of steel just to get the general shape of the bridge area. But so far, yeah, I think that's looking okay. If you look at, sort of imagine it from there. Yeah. So this will come down and sort of fatten out a little bit. I might even go to either side of this hanger here. Sort of fatten out and then slim back in again towards the end. And then we can have the rear thrusters here. In fact, yeah, if we do fatten it, we can fatten this side out a little bit and we can have some of the forward-facing thrusters sort of angled down the side here as well to replicate that angle there. So, you know, sort of staggered like that. Maybe 3 or 4 thrusters on each side. Yeah, that should work. That should work. And then the up thrust we can sort of tuck into the side here as well. For the moment I'll just fill that in. Yeah, I think that's working. Bridge is always a difficult bit as to what I'll do with the top, and the way I imagine it is to be sort of rounded like that, but it's really difficult to make something as big as this rounded. So let's just build it up a touch. to get the sort of general height. Like I said, I'll probably replace a lot of these blocks for windows, but for the moment we'll just use the solid blocks just to get the general shape. Yeah, that should be plenty of room for the bridge. Yeah, what sort of height do we want it? It doesn't need to be a really tall bridge. I think what I'd like to do is try and get it so this now gradually slopes up a touch before it comes down again over the hangar. So is there any way we can do that with the blocks that we have? This is the problem because this bit's going sideways. What have we got that we can do that with? I'm really not sure. So at the moment, let's do that. See, I think with the windows, what I might do is just have a single row of windows to here, and then maybe a double window here, and a single row around that side. So they would be windows. As would they, and possibly up to there. Yeah, something like that. Now, is there a block we can put in there? I really don't know. Will that work? No. Well, that could work there, couldn't it? We do something like that. There must be something that fits in there, surely. Surely there's something that fits into that. Doesn't look like it, does it? Could we have it like that? I mean, if we textured it, if we, did a decent texture on it, we could actually have that so it was shaped like that. That might actually work. I wonder if we could do it down the bottom as well. No, because it would just ruin that slope there, wouldn't it? I mean, it's not a terrible effect, is it? How we continue it around here, I guess, is the issue. And then do. That's what I think I'm looking for. No, that won't work. Excuse me while I play around with this. It's all the fun of building, trying to find things that work. Yeah, we can't put a half block there because we won't be able to soften that angle there at all, would we? No. Or would that fit again? Is there something similar to that but a little bit bigger? That one there, I think. Let's have a look at that. How does that look? Well, it sort of continues that sort of, not quite diamond, is it? Triangly diamond theme. Actually, do you know what? I'm warming to that. I don't think that's a bad effect at all. What we could do is just very gradually raise the profile of this central one. I think that's what I'm looking for. And then top that with a half block. And then do that again there. And finish it there. And then what we could do is soften this edge, those, and just close that. I think that fits in there. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There. I'm liking it, actually. I'm liking it. So some kind of creature at the moment. I would much prefer a more shallow angle to that hangar, but there's just no way to do it. Well, I guess there is. You know, you could lengthen the angle of this coming out here, and just the hangar doors would hide still at that angle, but in there. But I think I'll leave it at that. It's sort of getting to the effect I'm after. It looks like some kind of strangled duck at the moment, but once we start filling the back half of it in slightly. So how much space do we have in on our bridge at the moment? It's not a tall bridge. It's only one. Oh no, it's two. Oh no, there's plenty of space in that, isn't there? Yeah, if we look. Oh yeah, there's a ton of space in there, isn't there? It's difficult to get a feel for the amount of space you got until you see yourself in third person. Okay. Yeah, that's a ton of space. We can certainly do something with the inside of that bridge. So what I want to do now is start bringing this back down again. Probably to about... let's see, let's try and get an idea for the size of the hangar. Now, said that we'd probably bring this out a little bit here, fatten out the hangar a little bit, which I think is probably a good idea. So the height of the hangar, what have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would prefer 5. So let's take those away again. And pop them there instead. So if we're saying that's the ceiling of the hangar, what I will want is a hangar door in the roof here, so that the turret buster can fly in and out from there. And it's a case of just getting the angle of this correct. And then what we could do is have a walkway either side. Yeah, we could have, we get a spiral stair coming down there. Did I bring some stair blocks with me? Where did I leave the mantis? Where did I leave it? Right there. Let's top up the oxygen anyway. Might as well have a little space snack as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Cargo. I did bring some stair blocks. Let's just have a look at those. Obviously we've got to get all the equipment in as well. But what I'm thinking with the equipment is that the back end will be dedicated to equipment, power, fuel, warp engine, etc. So get an idea for the length of the hangar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably the space I need for the beast. And if we bring this hangar out one more, and then have the wall of the hangar to about there. So let's get rid of these ones now. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll sort of bring that out at an angle to here, fatten it up, which should give enough space for the beast one side and the mining HV the other, and then this rear end here will be dedicated for the turret buster. I'd like to get the mantis on it as well, but I imagine the way I envisage a mantis being parked on this, because it's such a big vehicle, is to have a parking spot on the top of the ship somewhere. And if we're having the SV hangar door at the rear part of the hangar, we could actually, yeah, it's possible we could dedicate an area here for landing that, but I'm not sure yet. So basically what we want to do is we'd want gradually bring this out and down to meet this, so it should be coming out roughly the same angle as this, shouldn't it? Yeah, so it sort of comes out like that. And then what we could do here depends how we fatten this one, but I'm thinking what we perhaps could do is a spiral stair like this from the bridge to here, and then we could have a walkway along here just for a small area, and then or even from here we could have a lift just going down here to the hangar, but also continue the walkway to the rear of the vessel as well to get access to the equipment. But yeah, that would probably work. That one's the wrong way around, isn't it? Boom. Boom. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so come out the bridge, down onto a walkway here. Oh, do you know it would be nice as well if we actually had that mirror windowed as well? So we had the walkway come around like that. You could have a lift going down there, and then you could leave these open here and a walkway along the side of the vehicle here. Because we're sloping this down, we may have to bring it down again with another set of stairs around here, but we'd have a windowed area, a windowed walkway going either side of the vessel. Yeah, that would be quite nice. Yeah, it's sort of getting there. Just a case of playing around, working out how to slope this, because ideally what I'd want to retain that angle there as we slope this outwards as well, and that could be pretty tricky. But yeah, it's getting there. Let's close these. Yeah. It's going to need a bit more work, but I'm going to call it an episode there. I mean, we've got the front half, which is probably the trickiest part of it, most of it done. Well, I'll probably play around a little bit off camera just to try and get this sort of swooping angle and outwards angle completed, and then sort of complete round to the back of the hangar here, and then on camera next time maybe we'll continue with the rear part of the vehicle and then start inserting some equipment into it. But so far it's sort of how I sort of imagined it. It's not going to be the prettiest craft, it'll be unusual looking, but it'll serve its purpose, and it'll be a little bit unusual, which I like. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Alright, well I'm going to call an episode there. Let's take this symmetry off so we can have one final look at how it's going. I quite like that jaggedy top, the diamond shapes on the top. I think it works. With with some clever texturing, we could make that look pretty good. Probably have window on this top bit here. Definitely have window along the sides here. And it'd be nice to find some way to soften the angle on this one a little bit, but I'll have to play around with that. But yeah, good. I think the ramps work as a sloped hangar door. Like I said, have them on sensors, and that should be fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Very much a buildy episode on this one, and next one will be as well. So hopefully you'll join me on that one. If you've got any suggestions with what I can do with the vehicle, then please put it in the comments. All ideas are good. Helps to inspire some new vision, new ways of doing it. So yeah, please feel free to comment, and I will see you all in the next episode. I'm Monster Dad, and I'll see you later. Bye.